You know she's getting filled by some black stud. You know there's some black fucking bull that's just filling her with cock meat, giving her the real fuck she deserves. Some big black bull just filling her with cock meat. And that's just crazy talk. Cock meat.
All right, Chad, how we doing? How's everybody doing? Oh, lordy. Jeez, that was terrible. Ah, fucking hell. Just just sucks the life out of me right before I'm gonna fucking stream too. It's like, what was I gonna talk? I don't fucking remember. Uh, music gets me pumped for the show. God, metal is the dorkiest shit in the world. I'm sorry, it really is. For as much as like suburban Karen moms, oh, it's satanic. It's yeah, in the sense that it's lame. It's the dorkiest shit in the fucking world. Oh yeah, metal's so badass, and it's like the average metal fan is. Whatever. I'm not even gonna. I was about to just go in on somebody that I actually kind of like, and I don't want to hurt his feelings, so I'm not gonna do that. Red Pill Renegade, it says, I swear all this metal music is meant to. That's exactly what it is. You know, I don't appreciate it, but whatever, they paid. It's $15 for a playlist if you want to get in the back of the line. Thankfully, there are only 3 of these that remain. Thankfully. I'm about ready to up the price too. I'm strongly considering upping the price. Based on my suffering here. Mr. Bones says if it's me, that wasn't you. It was someone else. It was someone else. I don't want to. Someone who's very sensitive, and I don't want to upset them, as a lot of metal fans are. It's the gayest shit in the fucking world. It really is. Was it Patton Oswalt bit where it's like heavy metal is gayer than 8 guys blowing 9 guys? It's just an extra dick left over to go in the ear. The Vogue metal continues until Dono's and God. $15 to get in the back of that line. $50 if you want to jump in line, folks. Streamlabs.com/tobacloff. I would prefer you send those donations. You can do it via PayPal. And message me if you have the means to message me. Which most of you do. You could do it that way, but just know that, like, if you don't do it Streamlabs, I'm much more likely to lose track of shit, like we did last time when I got backlogged. Red Pill Renegade says, hopefully tonight's stream won't involve watching terrible propaganda. Well, we are going to watch a little bit of terrible propaganda. But not a whole 30-minute cartoon. I really underestimated what a slog that would be. Like, there's some moments that were bizarre or stupid enough that I could rip off of. A lot of it was just kind of boring. It is a fascinating piece of history, though, Cartoon All-Stars. The more I thought about it, the more out of place Michelangelo is in that. All the other cartoons are more comedic cartoons, you know, the more anthropomorphic, cartoony cartoons, for lack of a better term. You know, Pooh Bear and Bugs Bunny and Garfield. These are all comedic cartoons, right? Well, I mean, I don't know about Pooh Bear. Even as a very, very small child, I never found Winnie the Pooh entertaining, let alone funny. And then there's Ninja Turtles, which is I hate using this term because it's fucking Ninja Turtles. In particular, it's the 87 Ninja Turtles, which is like a snarky Super Friends in its fucking tone. But compared to like Bugs Bunny and Garfield, it's the more serious cartoon. It's the action cartoon. It's the cartoon where characters are drawn in more... It's something more close to human proportions and anatomy. And it feels so much out of place next to fucking Huey, Dewey, and Louie and Garfield. I guess Ghostbusters was an action cartoon, but they also used Slimer from it. They didn't have like Peter Venkman there. He would have looked equally out of place because he would have just looked like, especially because the kids are just cartoons, so he would have just looked like a normal person in this world. It's very, I would love to know the behind the scenes thing. I would love to see somebody make a deep documentary on how this came about and what motherfuckers were thinking in this process. Like, why did Eastman and Laird even agree to it? Were they just like, I like money? Peter Laird in particular loves to pretend like he's this fucking serious artist. And he has all this artistic integrity. And he, I guess, signed off on this, which is easily the worst things the Ninja Turtles have done outside of Rise of the TMNT, I guess. But we are going to watch a little bit of propaganda. Because I was reminded of this recently, and I want to remind all of you about it. Because I had to be reminded of it. Somebody on Twitter asked, what is the defining piece of COVID-era art? And somebody answered with this, and they're exactly right. And we're going to watch it again. It's just a minute.
The vaccine.
We'll watch all of it. Suffer with me. Still going. So, you know, I very rarely feel any anger towards leftist celebrities. In the case of most of them, they don't know what the fuck they're saying, and it's, you know, actors are generally empty-headed buffoons. And it's fashionable people having fashionable opinions. But Colbert strikes me as someone, especially when you look at him in this clip, he knew he was lying to you. Like a grinning demon, he reveled in it. He reveled in it like a pig in shit. He knew he was lying to you. He knew he was hurting you. And he liked it. He just fucking got off on it, I believe. You could argue that maybe like a Jon Stewart or a Bill Maher were genuinely misled. It's debatable. But you could reasonably take that fucking position. But not Colbert. Colbert knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. 100 years from now, Colbert will be dead and gone. Most likely burning in hell. Suppose it's possible he'll repent and save his soul. I find it highly doubtful. He may indeed be too far gone for it to even be possible. But as he's burning in hell, I think at some point a demon will show him earth and will show him that if he's remembered at all, it is for that and only that. And his name is synonymous with the most cartoonishly evil propaganda imaginable. I don't understand the mindset of being like, of of that working on you. I understand the people in COVID that just went along to get along. To an extent, we all did. I wore masks at times in public, more than I should have, looking back. I should have just never gone along with it. We all should have never gone along with it. But like the ones that are still wearing masks, like you're mentally ill, you know? You're triple, double, quadruple fucking vaxxed. You don't understand why your heart's getting ready to explode. There was some evil shit that went down, and look, I ain't even excusing Trump. Who the fuck was president at that point, at the beginning of all that shit, at least. There need to be trials. I know it sounds like unhinged QAnon bullshit, boomer bullshit, but it's true. Like Anthony Fauci needs to be tried for crimes against humanity. Motherfucker unleashed a biological weapon on humanity that did indeed kill many people, and then used it as an excuse to torment people and to ruin their lives and to steal their freedoms. And the frightening thing is, if you look into the history of AIDS, it's quite possible this isn't even the first fucking time he's done it. So, I mean, he's not a young man. He doesn't have that much time left. Eventually he'll stand before his maker. But is he going to do it again? Is he going to go for a hat trick? Why the fuck wouldn't he? Got away with it twice. I don't know, chat. I don't know. Let's see. Scrolling the chat a little bit. Cowardly the Dog says, go back to Twisted G. It was unironically less homosexual. I don't know where you found Twisted G. That was uncomfortable, British James. I'm going to be real. I was genuinely uncomfortable with that. I mean, at least normal rappers pretend to be straight. Tell you what, though, 50 Cent straight as an arrow. He's the one. He literally was calling that shit out like 10, 15 years ago, too. He was talking about Diddy doing that shit like 10, 15 years. Nobody wanted to listen. If you're early, you're wrong. That's the old saying. If you're right about something, but you're too early, the people aren't ready to hear it, then you might as well be wrong. Wolflin says, what I missed. Oh, you missed some of the worst music I've ever heard in my fucking life. And that's about it. We've just been rambling since then. I got a stream to get through these playlists. 50 Cent is also smart enough to do investments and still has money. Yeah, he did a lot of producing, too. Yeah, 50 Cent seems cool as fuck. I don't think he's particularly right-wing, but he just strikes me as rather common sense, rather centered. He seems rather down to earth. I mean, you never know. I don't know the guy personally. I've just seen him in interviews. But, yeah, he seems like he's got his head on straight. Well, you missed the vaccine with Stephen Colbert. We could watch that again if you want, Wolfland. I don't know. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty fucking rad. Yeah, I always liked 50 Cent, though. I always liked Ludacris. He seemed to have his head on straight, too. Mr. Bone says, no. I don't know. Maybe somebody will ask for the vaccine in the playlist. Let's see. What can we watch? We should watch some stuff. We should watch something. Let's see. Dead air. I know. Very, very uplifting. I don't have much content planned, to be honest. I just wanted to bullshit. And I gotta get through these fucking playlists. I gotta keep streaming. But, like, I don't know, man. What is it to talk about? Trump's trying to pay everybody to have babies. That's super fucking cool. Elon whispering in that nigger's ear too much. Like, the civilization's not about baby Maxine. I'm sorry to tell you. That's what vermin do. Wolfland says, we can watch a guide on how to properly adjust and balance your audio. Motherfucker, I don't understand OBS, okay? Mr. Bones says, sorry, folks, I broke him. It did suck the joy out of me. It did. But no, every time I get this thing properly balanced, it just fucking goes haywire. Let's see. Alright, well, there's something we could watch. If I can find the video. And I'm hesitant to do this, but I am just at a loss for fucking content right now. Let's see. I think we can check in on good old friend of the show, Jordan Owen. Thomas Crown says, we've been paying our poor citizens to have babies for years, rewarding them with welfare benefits. Any type of program that would have to be carefully thought out. It's not going to be. Again, you have a bunch of people that just imagine that civilization is just the act of baby maxing. The growth for its own sake. Reproduction for its own sake. That's the whole, like, it's not. God, man, if America fell to about 100 million, population of 100 million, that'd be the tits. Just don't let any third worlders in here. Just housing would be cheap. Fucking hell, man. Should just have infinite babies. It's just infinite room and infinite resources. There's not. All right. Well, we could just tear down the national parks and build suburbs. Or we could just leave them be, because that would be better. Green line doesn't always go up. Sorry to fucking tell you. Alright, let's see what we got here. Chat, you let me know if anything really strikes you. Wolfman says B-Man angrily yelling at people who don't even exist yet. I don't know. I mean, these are arguments I hear from people. I don't know what... let's see. Trump is evil, Dems or not. We could go with that one. Let's see. I'm not doing any of the SSRIs. I'm not doing anything personal against him. I want to watch something. Like, if he's getting off SSRIs, good. Good for him. Let's see. Why I don't allow discussion of George Zimmerman on my channel. I mean, you're kind of discussing him right there, but alright. Let's see. Let's do the Trump is evil one. No, just to be clear, I don't have anything against Jordan. I like Jordan. I don't have a problem with him. But he's putting his political thoughts out there, so let's talk about him. Let's see. Thomas Crown says ultimately they need a renewing supply of taxpayers or large-scale entitlement programs would collapse. That sounds positive, to be honest. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with entitlement. I mean, these are, Elders fan says, can't watch. I'm embarrassed for Jordan bailing. But well, send a super chat with a suggestion. His second newest, the AOC one. I don't know, man. We're not going to get through any of these, by the way. We're just going to touch on them a bit. Because it's like 39 minutes. So unless I'm getting a bunch of super chats.
So, first of all, the usual call to action: if you support if you like what you see, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/jordan42. And moving on from there, because as you can see, I'm not exactly cheerful about what I'm about to wade into. But anyway, when I originally started doing this, doing commentary on the current Trump regime, I first called it MAGA Deprogrammed, and then I wanted to call it MAGA Madness Refuted, because I thought I was going to have to make like a case. I was going to have to compile evidence to support my point. And
that's usually a good idea to do, by the way. It's generally that's how you would operate. I don't know.
In a little over 5 weeks into the new administration, we are now reaching a bubbling over crisis point at every single on every single side.
How so?
And in regards to that, I thought about this message that I got 3 weeks ago from I posted something on my community tabs about Elon getting access to all of our data, all of our info and everything. And someone called McDinkledorf MD writes,
how did he get access to our info? Wait, through the IRS? Or Nick, I'm broke, okay? Like, is he gonna he's gonna vacuum $40 out of my fucking checking account? What are you talking about? Like, if anything, you should be mad the government has that info. I don't understand the thought behind these talking points. He's got all our info now, chat. He's gonna steal my identity. I don't think he wants it. I don't particularly want it.
To me and says, did you see where the list of millions of taxpayer dollars go to Sesame Street, Iraq, and Politico? What are your thoughts on this? Can it be true that Elon sucks and the Dems are also incredibly shady? No, it can't.
I feel like those two things could very easily be true. Like, I really feel like those two things could very easily be true. See, I'm not trying to be mean to Jordan, because he could even come on here and explain this to me, because I'm really at a loss here. Aside from the fact, and I'm really trying not to be mean when I say this, this is my assessment. Trump reminds you of people that screwed you over, and that's why you hate him. Okay? Trump's goofy swagger and shit like that reminds you of a certain group of guys you got tangentially involved in who fucked you over. And those guys suck, by the way. Just so we're clear. I also was tangentially involved in them and sort of regret it. They didn't fuck me over quite like they did you. But that's just because I'm a big goofball who never takes anything seriously. So none of them ever really thought they could use me to begin with. But like, I get it. Trump reminds you of that. You don't like Trump personally. That's fine. I don't like Elon personally, if I'm being honest with you. I think he's a fucking cringy idiot half the time. And I don't mean that he's not smart. I just mean like a buffoon. Like he's just whatever. You know what I mean? A lot of smart people are idiots in a way. You know, a lot of people with high IQs are dumb when it comes to just being a fucking human. He's produced several bastard children that he doesn't feel any need to raise apart from throwing money at them. That alone is damnable. The whole reason he goes on about baby maxing and pretending like we're on the verge of extinction is to try and alleviate his conscience over being a bastard father over a dozen times over. I don't like Elon on a personal level. I like the fact that he was cutting government spending. Okay, I can assess what he is doing in a particular moment. I like the fact that he's pushing space travel forward. That's a big boon to humanity. You know, I mean, it's very possible to be a great man and not a good man. In fact, often it's very possible that it's actually kind of common. But I honestly, Owen, if you should see this, I'm not trying to pick on you, okay? I don't understand where this is coming from. You're a fucking libertarian. And somebody is taking a chainsaw to the federal government. You should have a 10-foot long erection with a bald eagle perched on the tip. Trump's done more to reduce the size and scope and power of the federal government than certainly the Libertarian Party has done in its 50 years of existence. I don't understand the thought process here, Jordan. What is he doing wrong? Like tariffs? You don't like tariffs? Well, then you should be happy, because every country in the world, tariffs are shit, and Trump's finally getting to knock it off. This entire tariff storm is going to ultimately result in less tariffs worldwide. The only one who's going to get fucked more at the end of all this is China, and they deserve it. Because I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just not very libertarian here, but I don't think the American workers should have to compete with literal slave labor. And I don't want our marketplace flooded with junk that's half lead and the other half uranium. I don't want that. Fucking lead and cadmium dishware. I don't want that shit, okay? I don't understand where this comes from.
We are way past that point. We are way past the point where, and look, I was guilty of being the same type of person that you were. I just knew when to jump off the train. But, you know, that same person of like, both parties are terrible and they're both awful and a yada yada.
They are both awful, by the way. Okay? Like, you understand the Republican Party for most of my lifetime consisted of men like George W. Bush and Lindsey Graham. And even among the true believers, crazy religious right motherfuckers like Jerry Falwell and shit like that. You know, it was Dan Crenshaw motherfuckers. That's what the Republican Party was for almost the entirety of my lifetime. And that's fucking garbage. All right? And along came this populist with, let's be real, streaks of libertarian fucking movement under Trump. And it took the Republican Party from the Republicans. People a lot of MAGA people will call like the Lindsey Grahams, they'll call them rhinos. But the reality is, the MAGA people are the rhinos, the Republicans in name only. They're the invaders that came and took the Republican Party over and steered it in a much more positive direction. A direction that actually cares about America. So no, I don't like the Republican Party as it existed for most of my lifetime. Really, any more than I like the Democrats. That's not the Republican Party under Trump.
yada. Okay. By the way, McDinkeldorf, I looked back. It allows me as a creator, I'm allowed to see back like your last 2 or 3 comments, and it's all stuff of you trying to convince me that I need to consider how awful the Democrats supposedly are, or else we're going to lose again in 2028 because they have.
By the way, okay, let's be real here. Okay, Jordan, you want the Democrats to win? That's not a goal I share, but I'm going to tell you honestly, and you can ignore this advice, but the reality is if the Democrats continue on this track, they're not going to win much ever again. All right, the Democrats right now are running on, hey, let's bring back gang members that have been deported, that were never supposed to be here in the first place. Like, that's their fucking key issue right now. As much as I generally support these tariffs, Americans will likely feel a pinch as a result of them. Democrats could harp on that, and it might actually gain them some traction. Democrats could even harp on the abortion issue, because as much as my audience doesn't want to admit it, the reality is America leans pro-choice. Particularly among independents. The pro-life stuff doesn't really get the Republican Party very far. They could harp on that. I don't think it's enough. I don't think either one of those is enough to overcome all the negative things. But running on, let's cut little kids' dicks off, running on sticking dudes in the ladies' locker room, and sticking dudes in women's sports. Those aren't key issues. I don't even understand on the women's sports thing. I don't know how we all suddenly started pretending like we like women's sports. Like we ever cared about the WNBA. I don't know where that came from, but it's the reality. Everybody all of a sudden cares about the sanctity of women's sports. Go figure. And yeah, people generally don't want our government officials to run over to Venezuela, or I'm sorry, El Salvador, and try and bring back a gang member that was deported, who never was supposed to be here in the first place, because they claim that we didn't dot all the I's and cross all the T's on a fucking form. That doesn't... you're not going to win on these things, Jordan. So whoever this person is that you're talking shit, that might actually be a real Democrat that's just like, hey guys, we're not going to win if we keep doing this. Like, we're not. Running on cutting kids' dicks off and more welfare for illegal wife-beating gang members is not getting you very far. Most people are sick of the fucking foreigners and they want them gone. Fucking first-generation Americans are sick of the fucking foreigners and they want them gone. I'm sorry to tell you. So this guy, you want to act like he's a concern troll to try and dismiss what he's saying, but he very well may be even more Democrat than you, and just happening to notice, like, oh my God, guys, we're self-destructing the party and its brand.
So much they need to put right in all of this, and you say, incredibly shady and all of that. Okay. We're past that point. We're past the point of pretending that both sides are equally weighted versions of awful.
Yes, Jordan, most people are past that point. But in the other direction, all right, I'm not naturally a Republican. I am right-wing in the sense that I believe in God and I want my taxes lowered, okay? Those are about the extent of my right-wing fucking credentials. I don't see myself voting for a Democrat possibly the rest of my fucking life. I'm sorry to tell you.
We are way past that point. You have got to learn that you and a lot more people like you have got to learn the difference between incompetent good and competent evil. Because here's the thing,
no, seriously, what is good about what is good about on the taxpayer dime flying down to El Salvador to get somebody back who let's forget the gang member shit and let's say okay, he's not a gang member. He was never supposed to be here in the first fucking place. Doing that while your legitimate constituents have needs. What is good, Jordan? And again, I'm not the most socially conservative man, but what is good about taking some confused fucking kid, 12, 13, even younger in a lot of cases, but let's be generous, 12, 13, who's probably just gay or bi or whatever, or maybe just a tomboy or kind of just an effeminate guy, if we used to call fucking Nancy, all right? And convincing that kid that they're born in the wrong fucking body and they need to just mutilate themselves into a fucking Cenobite. I'm going to say this in a way that maybe you can appreciate, Jordan, because again, like me, you're not the most socially conservative. You understand that this trans shit is essentially like the gay conversion therapy, just done ass backwards? You're not a gay kid. You're actually a chick, so cut off your dick. And let a dude fucking axe wound in you. What's good about that? I don't even think that's incompetence, Jordan.
Years ago, I, like a lot of people, like you, was in that same mindset of of thinking that, Trump was repulsive, but the Democrats were horrible and shady, and Hillary was this, that, or the other, and all that, and so I voted for Gary Johnson, which is called throwing your vote away.
Look, man, I voted third party most of the time. I think I wrote in Ron Paul in 08. I do think I voted for Kerry in 04. Yeah, I did vote for Kerry in 04. Because I hated Bush. I voted for Romney in 12 because I hated Obama. I didn't like Kerry or Romney. But I voted third party before. I don't consider it throwing away your vote. In fact, sometimes third party people win. Not necessarily for president. That the Electoral College basically all but prevents that. But every once in a while, there's just cases where governors and mayors and all third party just takes it, much to the surprise of the powers that be. I mean, voting your conscience isn't throwing your vote away. I'm sorry to tell you. It's not.
And that said, don't get me wrong, I liked Gary Johnson. There's a reason I voted for him and not Jill Stein, but, it was never going to work. And here's the thing. You are laboring under an absolute delusion that incompetent good and competent evil are the same thing. And the only thing that wins, the only side that wins when you take that mindset is the competent evil side. Incompetent good is still better than competent evil. Incompetent good can be improved upon. Incompetent evil can be ignored. The problem is competent evil. And what...
I get it, Jordan. We got a whole D&D chart here, and that's fucking great. But, we're going to skip ahead a little bit, because I want you to try and explain to me what the fuck Trump did. I honestly would like Jordan to come on this show. And, I'll give him the floor. I let him ramble for a long fucking time. I would invite it. What did he do? What's so fucking bad? It's really bad that we're cutting spending? That we're digging out obvious fucking fraud? Is that bad? Why is that bad? It says because he had Johnson in his name. I don't think that's why he did it, chat. I don't think so. Christian said, incompetent good describes the Republican Party prior to Trump. I don't think it does, in all fairness. I don't think competent good gave us the Iraq War and the fucking Patriot Act, all right? Thomas Crown says, I really hope the guy isn't about to make the argument that the current Democrat Party represents incompetent good. That's what he's saying. I don't get it, man. You know, look, I ain't picking on Jordan on a personal level. I ain't trying to. All right, but I don't understand this. I know it's too common of a fucking phrase. Oh, Trump derangement syndrome. And frankly, Trump derangement syndrome runs both ways. Because there are people that will just mindlessly suck Trump's dick. And there have been since day one. And I don't consider myself part of that. I have always been willing to criticize Trump when he's wrong. When I think he's off track, I'm like, hey, what the fuck you doing? All right. Trump's not my fucking daddy. I don't owe him unquestionable fucking allegiance. I like what he's done for the most part. I would even go so far as to say, I think it's genuine providence that he's in the position he's in right now. I think the fact that we were half a second and mere millimeters away from his brains being splattered on the wall, and that didn't happen, I don't think that's an accident, speaking as a man of faith. But I'll criticize. Like I criticized him earlier. I think this whole fucking let's give free money to chicks that get knocked up is a pretty fucking foolish prospect. I don't think you got to take my word for it. The welfare system's basically been doing this for about 60 fucking years, and I don't believe the results have been all that particularly pleasant. Wolfland says, did you see we almost got in a war with Iran overnight and he just said nah and started talks? Exactly. He's not starting wars, which for a Republican in particular is amazing. He secured the border. He's deporting fucking illegals that don't fucking belong here. He's attempting to slash the size and scope of the federal government. He's tariffing back every country that tariffs us. I'm not seeing the problem. You know, there's issues. Yeah, there's stuff he's wrong on. Cool. You know, and I'm glad there's people out there that'll constantly give. I'm glad, even though I will occasionally disagree with him, I'm glad Thomas Massey is out there, constantly trying to hold Trump's feet to the fires. I think I'm so glad he's where he is, because that's a wonderful balance against Trump. Ironic Coolness says Jordan is clearly loyal to him. He supposedly was a libertarian. He was supposedly an Ayn Rand fucking libertarian. I don't know what I don't understand this. And you could say, well, you used to be libertarian and you support Trump now. I support Trump because he's mostly in line with my fucking libertarianism. And I'm lowercase l libertarian, by the way. I'm not in the Libertarian Party. I've never particularly liked them. I do believe a nation should have borders. I don't support open border fucking horseshit from them. I don't even support all the hyper-corporatism from the libertarians. Because the reason I consider myself a libertarian is that I want a boot on my neck. I don't care if it's federal, state, or local. I don't care if it's a right or a left boot. And I also don't care if it's public or if it's corporate or fucking government. I want it off my neck. Unless it's a hot redhead. You know, and then yeah, maybe in the bedroom you put a boot on my neck. But that's it. I don't know. I don't get it. And Jordan, if you should watch this, like I said, I don't have any personal beef with you. Don't fucking block me or nothing shit like that. I ain't trying to just sit here and make fun of you, dunk on you. I do that, you know. Any ribbon I did was in good nature. You can come on the show, man. I come on your channel if you want. Whatever, man. I would, honest to God, love for you to sit down and explain to me what the problem is. Well, that's about it. We've made just about an hour, and that's about all I got, really. I didn't really have much to talk about. I got to keep streaming. I got to get rid of all these playlists, man. I got to bang out these playlists. So we get back to some real music. Plus, it's Wednesday, and I got some comics to read. You know, final issue of that He-Man Ninja Turtle crossover came out, and despite the fact that I'm a 42-year-old man, I'm extremely excited about the He-Man and the Ninja Turtles hanging out. That's rad. It's been, that crossover's been good so far. And they did just confirm the trade paperback's going to have all the mini comics from that toy line, which is rad because the same artist did the mini comics. Freddie Williams II. He's such a great artist. What was my comics haul this week? All right, well, hang on. I'll tell you. It was a fucking big one, which is... my comic box is fucking killing me lately. Because I am fucking poor and broke. Thank God I have some fucking store credit with them. Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Martian Manhunter, Superman, Justice League Unlimited, Batman, Avengers, One World Under Doom, Predator vs. Spider-Man, new issue of Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Saturday Morning Adventures, Turtles of Grayskull, Witchblade, and Bug Wars. So, a bunch of fucking shit. Thomas Crown says, did He-Man ever have a Say No to Drugs episode of PSA? Probably. He did little PSAs at the end of his cartoons. They're not as like famous as the G.I. Joe ones are probably the most famous ones. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Those are the most famous ones, but He-Man did that. All of them had to do that shit back then because the government was on their ass. Because, like, let's be real, these toys exist, these cartoons all existed to sell us action figures. And if they weren't selling us action figures, they were selling us sugary cereal or something. And the government was on cartoon makers' ass at the time about that. It's how we got the Children's Television Act, which turned everything into moral faggotry. It's why the kids are so soft these days. But they would always do these PSAs at the end, where it's like, don't get into strangers' vans, and like, thanks, He-Man, it's good advice. If your uncle's molesting you, tell a teacher or a priest, or, well, maybe not a priest. They're probably awesome. They'll tag team you, but not a teacher either. Really, I don't know, kid. I don't know who you could tell. You probably up shits. That's my He-Man PSA. If your uncle's molesting you, you should tell a priest. Or actually, no. What about a rabbi? No, not that one either. A teacher? No. Man, I don't know. Cop? I don't know. Maybe? I don't know, kid. Maybe just fight back. I don't know. Stop being a pussy. If your uncle's molesting you, stab him with a butter knife right in the eye. And then you just hear G.I. Joe. Now we know. Knowing is half the battle. All right, chat. That's about it for tonight. If you enjoy the content I put out, and I don't know why you would, because it's dog shit, especially tonight, low effort horse shit, really. I should be ashamed of myself. But if you do enjoy it, streamlabs.com/thebecloff. You can send a super chat when I'm not live. I'll see it when I am live. PayPal.me/thebecloff. It's $15 if you want to hop in line to support to get another playlist. If you want to cut in line, it's $50. And I'll put a link to the Amazon wishlist down below where you can buy me some of the dumb shit that I like. That would also be cool.